All right, Libra, I'm back, and we're gonna do your I Ching oracle. I love I Ching alongside the tarot, because tarot is like these kind of big like energies and possibilities, and then I Ching is just really practical. It's like, okay, go do this, don't do that. Although it's also a little cryptic, uh, and so I have to like look up stuff when I do the I Ching. So I got my laptop over here for I Ching guidance, the internet, interwebs. All right, so I'm using the 3 penny oracle here. So here we go. All right, we got 2 heads and a tail. So that is 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 at the bottom. All right, can you see that? Okay. And then second place is, okay, 3 heads. So we got a 9, and that is a moving line. All right, and the third place. We got another 9. So there's some changes. I've been listening to David Bowie a lot lately. Changes, turn and face the strange changes. Okay, I'll stop now. What is that? Okay, 3, 6, 8. All right. 5th place. We got another 8. And let's see what we got at the top. Okay, I can't really see these too good. I need a lamp. 3, 4, 5. Wait, 3. Yes, I can count. Okay, 7. All right. Oh, why did my headphones just disconnect? All right, let's look this one up. One day maybe I will have memorized all of the, what are they called, hexagrams, but that day has not yet come. Okay, I Ching. I am Googling I Ching text. This is very mystical practice here I'm engaged in. Okay, what is that? So the top trigram is, what is that? Kin. I'm probably saying that wrong. And the bottom is Sun. So what does that give us? That gives us number 18. And let's see what 18 is. Math is hard. All right, where's 18? It's 18, 17, 18. Oh, ooh, okay. Ku, work on what has been spoiled. Decay. The judgment, work on what has been spoiled, has supreme success. It furthers one to cross the great water. Before the starting point, 3 days. After the starting point, 3 days. The image, the wind blows low on the mountain, the image of decay. Thus the superior man stirs up the people and strengthens their spirit. And the lines, all right, so we've got 9 in the second place and 9 in the third place. 9 in the second place means setting right what has been spoiled by the mother. One must not be too persevering. And 9 in the third place, setting right what has been spoiled by the father. There will be little remorse, no great blame. Dang. Mother and father done screwed things up. All right. That's fine. Makes me think of that poem by, was it Seamus Heaney? Let me see if I can recite it. They screw us up, our mums and dads. They may not mean to, but they do. They give us all the faults they had and add some special just for you. But they in turn, they were, wait, no, I'm getting it wrong. They were screwed up in their turn by fools in old-time hats and coats who half the time were soppy stern and half were at each other's throats. What's the rest? Oh, man hands misery on to man, it deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out while you still can and don't have any kids yourself. I think it's called, that poem's called This Be the Verse. I always thought that was funny. 18, let's look at a more explained version. All right, so this is ku, decay, above, keeping still, the mountain, below, the gentle wind. The Chinese character ku represents a bowl in whose contents worms are breeding. Ugh. This means decay. It is come about because the gentle indifference in the lower trigram has come together with the rigid inertia of the upper, and the result is stagnation. Since this implies guilt, the conditions embody a demand for removal of the cause. Hence, the meaning of the hexagram is not simply what has been spoiled, but work on what has been spoiled. Oh, okay. So it's telling me that, or it's telling us that there is there's a mess has been made and needs our attention to clean it up. And that's how we're going to move forward. Okay, the judgment. What has been spoiled through man's fault can be made good again through man's work, or woman's work. It is not immutable fate, as in the time of standstill, that has caused the state of corruption, but rather the abuse of human freedom. Work toward improving conditions promises well, because it accords the possibilities of the time. We must not recoil from work and danger, symbolized by crossing of the great water, but must take hold energetically. Success depends, however, on proper deliberation. This is expressed by the lines: before the starting point, 3 days. After the starting point, 3 days. We must first know the cause of corruption before we can do away with them. Wait, what? 3 days? What is that? Success depends, however, on proper deliberation. Oh, okay, so that means like, oh, pause. Yeah, I mean, this is really kind of saying a lot of what we saw in the tarot, like in a place of holding, pausing, reflecting, and then this whole thing about crossing the great water, which we got, what was it, the Six of Swords, you know, like transition. So anyway, we must first know the cause of corruption before we can do away with them. Hence it is necessary to be cautious during the time before the start. Then we must see to it that the new way is safely entered upon, so that a relapse may be avoided. Therefore, we must pay attention to the time after the start. Decisiveness and energy must take the place of inertia and indifference that have led to decay, in order that the ending may be followed by a new beginning. Okay. So we're cleaning up our act here, Libra. And then let's see, let's look at those two lines, mother and father. Okay, 6, wait, no, 9. 9 in second place, setting right what has been spoiled by the mother. One must not be too persevering. This refers to mistakes that, as a result of weakness, have brought about decay, hence the symbol what has been spoiled by the mother. In setting things right in such a case, a certain gentle consideration is called for. In order not to wound, one should not attempt to proceed too drastically. Okay. And setting right what has been spoiled by the father, there will be a little remorse, no great blame. This describes a man who proceeds a little too energetically in righting the mistakes of the past. Now and then, as a result, minor discourse and annoyances will surely develop, but too much energy is better than too little. Therefore, although he may at times have slight cause for regret, he remains free of any serious blame. So it's saying, be gentle in how you set things right, but also make sure that you do it. Yeah. It also might be about like, I don't know, I want to say like childhood trauma, because, you know, mother and father. So maybe you're doing some inner healing. You know, maybe that's the, oh gosh, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Maybe that's the work on what has been spoiled. You're working on your childhood wounding. Yeah, could be. Okay. Oh, and we want to find the, what comes next. I forget what you call this in the I Ching, but when you have moving lines, then you change them. You change them to their opposite, and you read that. So we've got that, 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 that. I'm thinking this is going to be much more positive. I seem to remember this hexagram before. Let's find it. Let's see. Okay. That is 23. Splitting apart. The dark lines are about to mount upward and overflow the last firm light line by exerting a disintegrating influence on it. The inferior dark forces overcome what is superior and strong. Okay. Not by direct means, but by undermining it gradually and imperceptibly so that it finally collapses. The lines of the hexagram present the image of a house, the top line being the roof, and because the roof is being shattered, the house collapses. The hexagram belongs to the 9th month, October-November. The yin power pushes up ever more powerfully and is about to supplant the yang power altogether. It makes me think of the tower in the tarot. The house just collapses, you know. The judgment, splitting apart. It does not further one to go anywhere. Okay, so it's basically saying, like, you know, give it some time. There's a whole lot of stuff here about superior and inferior people and blah, 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 but I'm not going to go into that. Okay, the image, the mountain rests on the earth, the image of splitting apart. Thus, those above can ensure their position only by giving generously to those below. The mount, oh yeah, remember that? We saw that 6 of Pentacles, right? Giving generously. The mountain rests on the earth. When it is steep and narrow, lacking a broad base, it must topple over. Its position is strong only when it rises out of the earth, broad and great, not proud and steep. So likewise, those who rule rest on the broad foundation of the people. They too should be generous and benevolent, like the earth that carries all. Then they will make their position as secure as a mountain is in its tranquility. Right, so being of service, doing things for others. Yep, sounds about right. Okay. There you go. Hope this is helpful in some way.